police officer up here is going to say. So I'm going to keep on walking this way. This was a riskier one. So I'm not sure exactly what the deal is, because obviously that building in the back is, it must just be that that's the jail portion. Maybe there's some sort of sorting here. The old remand center, I had it in the background. Maybe I'll put a little shot up here to give you a comparison of the difference between the two buildings. I mean, it's still a prison, but that other place was just falling to shreds. It's a much, much nicer building. So we're eventually going to run out of video here. Let's keep doing our best. Curious to see what these officers up here are up to. A lot of cameras all over the parking lot. Some kind of a building in the back there. I don't know what that is. Let's see what these officers up here are up to. It'd be really funny if they turned out to be the same guys from inside, but I don't think so. Let's walk up here and see what's going on. So these guys earlier. Let's get those police officers hanging around over there. I think it's just normal civilians, but just in case, we'll take a look. I was really curious what these guys are up to over here. I'm assuming they're just here to guard the remand entrance or something. Kind of curious though. See what these guys got to say. Hey, so you guys waited a long time to follow me, huh? Finally got what you were looking for, or what?
Oh, no.
Well, what are you following me for?
Huh?
What are you following me for, huh?
We just wanted to check your documents, make sure everything is up.
Yeah, I'm sure you did.
Use this vehicle.
Do you suspect me of a crime or something?
What's that?
Suspect me of a crime?
No, not at all. You don't seem like a individual who's going to be
following me around for quite a while. You don't mind if I just videotape you? Yeah, I got my body cam on still, by the way.
Hey, you're all within your rights to do that.
Cool. Your
I'm
officer.
tell you not to, all right?
Your Officer Carter, 4174.
Yeah.
Awesome. Who's your buddy there?
Yeah. Well, he can identify himself there.
Hey, how you doing, sir? Name and reg number?
It's Devin.
Devin?
952.
Thanks. So what are you guys following me around for?
By there, document check, see if you are who the registered owner is.
Yeah, just saw me filming and thought, oh, we're going to sit here and stake this guy out for an hour or two and then following him around. Pulling him over for nothing. Well, I saw you guys sitting there for at least like 45 minutes. parking lot. Devin?
952.
Thanks. So what are you guys following me around for?
Sit by there, do a document check, see if you are who the registered owner is.
Yeah, just saw me filming and thought, oh, we're going to sit here and stake this guy out for an hour or two, then following him around, pulling him over for nothing. Well, I saw you guys sitting there waiting for me to leave, right? And then you followed me. You actually stopped up at the corner up there when I took a no exit. Of course you did. You waved to me when I passed by. You guys waved to me. Don't play stupid with me, man. Come on.
No, we're not playing stupid with you, not at all.
So what's the problem, though?
Is just your documents so that we can check them.
All right. Have I committed a crime, though?
Everything is up in order.
I got you, but have I committed a crime or anything?
Pardon?
Have I committed a crime or anything?
No, you don't need to commit a crime for us to check your documents.
Yeah, okay. So just to be clear, you're pulling me over for literally nothing, right?
No, it's a document check.
What's a document check? Is that like carding?
So no, it's not.
Carding is illegal.
It's not carding.
So what are you pulling me over for?
Making sure that the vehicle is registered, that you're the registered owner.
That's just a random stop. You can't random stop people.
Yeah, we can do a document check.
No, you can't.
What we're here to do. All right.
You have to have a reason to pull somebody over. You literally followed me from the cop station because you didn't like me filming.
This is the reason. The reason we're stopping you is to do a document check.
No, yeah, that's not a reason. That's not a crime or anything like that.
It doesn't have to be a crime for us to stop you.
Yeah, you have to have a reason. You can't just pull people over for no particular reason. That's not a reason. A document check is not a legal reason. You have to have a legal reason. You have to have a reasonable probable cause that a crime or a traffic violation has been committed.
That is a legal reason.
What?
To check your documents to make sure the vehicle should be on the road.
Yeah, I don't see it stopping anybody else. You purposely followed me though, right?
No, not at all.
Of course you did. What are you talking about? I got you guys on camera. See, you got to remember, you're talking to a guy with 2 cameras on.
I'm well aware of that, and I told you have every right to record. No one's going to fault you for recording.
But I mean, I got photos of you guys sitting there staking me out. And then you followed me from the cop shop because you were pissed off because I was taking photos. You just wanted to get my ID.
I honestly doesn't bother me one bit.
So then why are you doing this?
All right? So that's all we're asking you to do. It's very simple, and then you'll be on your way.
And what's going to happen if I don't? Are you threatening to arrest me?
I'm not going to arrest you for nothing, man.
Okay, so if I don't give you my ID, what's going to happen?
Well, you're just supposed to do it. So here I asked him. I'm just trying to be decent about it.
I approped that, Officer Carter, but
together, right?
I appreciate that, but let's be honest here about what you guys are doing.
Part of operating a vehicle or a moped on the road, you need your class 7.
Right.
You also need registration and insurance.
Of course, I got it.
And an officer is allowed to stop a vehicle that is on the road, and we are allowed to check the documents for the vehicle because the driver is supposed to have copies of that or at least pictures of that.
No, you're not.
Insurance in that.
You're not allowed to randomly stop people. You have to have a reason for it.
Yeah, and we can check for sobriety of the driver and mechanical of the vehicle.
No, not for no reason. You have to have a reasonable suspicion. You can't just pull people over for no reason. Those are random stops, and right now you're carding me. You're trying to illegally ask for my ID. I haven't done anything wrong. You're just mad because I was taking pictures of it.
The registered owner of the vehicle also has warrants.
You can ask. See, now you know my name, huh?
Well, I don't know who you are. You have your face
covering
on.
So you guys
have a helmet on.
You guys you've already run my plates. You were staking me out at the cop shop. Now you're talking about warrants.
When we run a license plate, it shows us, it'll show the name of the registered owner, but we don't know who the registered owner is. We haven't had a face-to-face conversation, and it is totally legal for the registered owner to lend out the vehicle to someone who is also able to drive this moped.
This is my vehicle.
Totally able to, yeah.
Okay. But my thing is, like, you guys staked me out for literally no reason other than I was legally taking photos of a public place. And you followed me how many blocks?
You have warrants, then we are able to arrest you for those warrants.
So you're threatening to arrest me for what? For not giving you my ID?
Nope.
So what's going to happen if I don't give you the ID?
If a person has warrants within Canada, it is arrestable for any peace officer within the country to arrest all those warrants.
I'm not worried about that. You can't randomly stop people and ask them for warrants. That's carding again. Even in the event of a safety check, hold on for just 1 second. Even in the event of a safety check, like you're supposed to tell the person you're not being detained. Okay, you don't have to talk to us if you don't want to. Okay, and then you can ask your questions and they can choose whether to answer you or not. So even that event, there's new laws, and all of these laws came into effect just in November 2020. Your chief of police, Dale McPhee, was live at that press conference telling you guys you're not allowed to card people anymore. This is why you guys are getting defunded. Because people don't trust you anymore. You do things like this. You stake people out for doing perfectly legal activities. Just driving around and stuff like that. I didn't commit any traffic infractions, and I didn't commit any crimes. I'm just going around doing some public photography.
Sir, again, do I have to explain to you that it is lawful for a peace officer or police officer in Canada, if someone has warrants, we run their name.
I don't have any warrants.
And we have an ability to arrest.
I don't have any warrants. What do you keep talking about warrants
So
for?
when we ran the plate on the vehicle, our system says that the registered owner has warrants.
No, there's no way. There's no warrants. That's
Then
you
we
guys
can
are trying to
clear that
scare
up.
me.
We can clear that up by proof of your identity.
Okay,
We'll sort that out.
I don't believe that,
Saying
but
you
right
don't
now
have
you guys are.
warrants, we'll sort that out.
So right now you guys are threatening me with arrest, is what I'm hearing.
Has anyone said you're under arrest?
Am I being detained?
Has anyone said you're under arrest?
Well, am I
Answer that
being detained?
Answer
You're on
the
a
question.
traffic
Has
stop.
anyone
You're not
said
free to
you're
go yet.
under
We need to
arrest?
see if you are the registered owner of the vehicle.
So if I don't give you my identification, what are you going to do?
I'm trying to talk this out first, sir. I don't want to go the other road.
But I'm asking you what the other road is.
Well, if I have reason to believe that you're our registered owner, which then I can arrest for those warrants.
So you guys are trying to tell me that you think that I have warrants, and that's what you've pulled me over for now?
Well, I can confirm your ID. I was the first one to speak to you. I came over and I explained that to you. I don't know if you have a piece of photo ID that can clarify it. If you want, then there's no issue.
Okay, so so we're here with the police officers. It's Friday. We got Mr. Carter on one side, 557. What was your name again? Devin Jones, though, right?
Yep. Jones.
Okay, so these guys are threatening me. They've said that I've got some warrants. They've pulled me over for apparently no reason. They took quite a while to follow me around, so I actually don't really believe them. It's not a crime for a police officer to lie necessarily, but they are making some threats like they're going to arrest me. They haven't said it in so many words, but that's what's going on here. It comes off to me that you guys are threatening to arrest me. So
You don't want to identify yourself, sir?
I haven't committed a crime.
David, the registered owner, you believe has warrants.
Yeah, but you ran my plate for no reason. Now you're threatening me, saying that I've got warrants. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about, dude. You've pulled me over for no reason. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. If you put me in a situation where you're threatening to arrest me, you know, then I have to call a lawyer, right?
Well, what I'm doing is I'm just explaining the lawful authority. I don't know if you are who you say you are. Maybe you are. Maybe you aren't. Identifying yourself using a piece of government issued ID.
So
clarify that whole thing.
So if you don't know, it's pretty hard for you to arrest somebody, right?
I don't know why you have to make it so difficult, man.
Because you guys are here for no. Yeah, I think you're lying. First of all, second of all, you followed me from the cop shop quite a long ways, and then when I tried to pull over onto the side.
127th from which station?
Well, you followed me right out from the very corner. As soon as I took off, you were parked right across the street. I got you guys on film.
I can show you the warrants, but I can't let you record it because if you're not, I can't have anyone else have that information.
I mean, I'm just like again, I'm trying to ask what's going to happen here because.
Well, we can go this way. We can do that. If you want to put the phone away for a second, I can come show you what it says on the screen for the registered owner.
Okay, but I'm still trying to get a gauge of what you're going to do here if I don't produce ID for you.
Like I said, I don't know if you're saying you don't have warrants. I can show you what's on the computer screen, but I can't have you recording it because if you aren't, that information can't be recorded and passed out to whomever you may or may not give that to.
Okay, but the bottom line is what I'm asking you is what's going to happen if I don't produce my ID for you guys? What are you going to do?
Try to talk this out first, right now. That's all.
But I'm not asking first. I'm asking what are you guys going to do if I don't? That's what I really need to know right now.
Well, listen, so here's what we're trying to do. We're just trying to be...
I think you're trying to arrest me, right?
No one said anything about being arrested. You're the only one who mentioned that, right?
You have warrants, then we are able to arrest you for those. If a person has warrants within Canada, it is arrestable for any peace officer within the country to arrest all those warrants. And I can arrest for those warrants.
We asked you for one simple thing. And that's all we've asked.
Well,
you
you,
for,
you
right?
did say
So-
this guy said there were warrants in the, for the owner of this vehicle.
So all we're trying to check is to verify whether that you're the individual who has warrants, or you're the registered owner of the vehicle, right? We're just trying to make it simple and be done with it, right?
So-
no
so-
one mentioned anything about you being under arrest. Or anything.
Well, he did say that there was going to be like arrest warrants if you guys thought that I was the person on the that you guys looked up that you ran the plates on. But my question is still, what's going to happen if I don't produce ID for you guys?
Well, we're gonna have to sort that out. But let me ask you a question.
It's really important
right?
that I need to know that.
What's it gonna take for you to just provide your documents so that we can check the vehicle?
Well, under threat of you guys throwing me in jail, is that what you guys are threatening me?
Has anyone threatened to throw you in jail?
Okay.
Answer that question honestly. Have I threatened to
Yeah,
throw you
he
in jail?
said that if he thought I was the person that he said there was warrants
Have
for
I
the.
threatened to throw you in jail?
Okay, well, am I being detained?
Huh?
Am I being detained?
Have I threatened to throw you in jail? You need to
Am I-
answer questions. I've answered your questions. You asked
am
me
I
why
free-
we stopped you. I gave
Am
it
I
to
free to
you.
go though?
No, you're not free to go right
Okay, so
now.
I'm being detained right now.
No, because we're talking. We're trying to
So
have a
then
conversation with you.
either it's a mutual
We asked
conversation
you
or it's
for
not.
The documents of the vehicle, and you're refusing to do it, right?
Either it's a mutual conversation or it's not. Am I free to go? Officer, am I free to go? Am I free to go?
Oh, yeah, we're still on the traffic stop.
So I'm being detained?
Traffic stop is a form of detention, yes.
So you're detaining me.
Yes, a form of detention. When we pull people over, we wait until the traffic stop is completed.
Okay, so I still need to know the question from you guys. What's going to happen if I don't give you my ID?
Well, we're working on that. Because
Well-
it's a pretty minor thing, but I just want to confirm if you are the registered owner.
Right.
Who has the warrants.
Well, that you think warrants are a minor thing on a Friday? What are you going to do? Like put me in jail? What are you going to do?
Once we're able to kind of come to the conclusion if you are the registered owner or not, we'll go from there. That's all.
So again, I'm asking you, how many times have I had to ask you this? You have to answer me straightforward. What's going to happen if I don't? Because you can only detain somebody for so long, even on a traffic stop. So like, what's going to happen if I don't give you that information?
Sorry?
What's going to happen if I don't give you that information?
Well, I'm not too sure yet. We're still figuring this out. This stuff takes a little bit of time, and with you wanting to be difficult and not provide that information.
How am I being difficult by exercising my charter right? I don't even have to talk to you. I have the right to remain silent.
You don't have to.
So that's not being difficult, sir. That's my charter right.
But you have to provide the documentation on a traffic stop. You're not doing that as well. I've already explained to you.
Well, that's what I'm asking you. That's what I'm asking you. So
I don't know who you are.
So you're saying that I have to provide documentation, and if I don't, then what happens? You're going to arrest me? Or are you saying that I'm breaking the law if I don't?
There's other things. There are things that we are supposed to do. There is officer discretion. We haven't gotten to that point yet. We haven't decided what's
Well,
going on.
I need to know what's going on because right now you're detaining me. So you need to tell me why I'm being detained.
You want to see who's riding the moped? You're free to provide that information right now. I'd explain to you the nature of the registered owner having.
Is it okay if I get off of here for a second? Okay. I'm just going to pull over. Don't panic here. Okay.
All right.
Sorry, I was getting a little uncomfortable there, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no, feel free. So what I'm going to do, just so you're aware, is I have a recording device on me. Right?
Okay.
I'm going to start my recording device.
Okay,
I'm
go
gonna
ahead.
give you a series of instructions so that there's no miscommunication between you and I, right?
Okay, these are legal instructions you're giving me?
Legal
Okay.
instructions, all right? All right. Feel free. So just so we both have it recorded, all right?
Sure.
All right, so what I'm letting you know right now, so under the provisions of the Traffic Safety Act, you have to provide your identification so we can ID you if you're operating a motor vehicle, right? Or you're operating a conveyance on a highway, all right? You're refusing to do that, correct?
I'm just asking you what's going to happen if I don't.
So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to ask you again, just so that we can cooperate back and forth with one another.
Sure.
I'm asking you to provide your identity, your documents, so I can check them and verify who you are, right? Because right now I can't be sure of who you are, right? I need to make sure that you can drive and operate this vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Are you willing to provide that documentation?
What is going to happen if I don't do it?
If you don't, you're going to be arrested for obstruction.
And what's going to happen if I don't? Are you threatening to arrest me?
I'm not going to arrest you for nothing, man.
Okay.
All right.
Under threat of arrest and with protest, I'm going to provide you that information.
This is not a threat of arrest. I'm just letting you know.
Well, you just said you were going to arrest me, right?
So it's not a threat.
So it is a threat of arrest.
It's not a threat. What I'm telling you is that you have to provide the ID, and if you don't want to, we're going to arrest you for obstruction.
So even though I've done nothing wrong, I'm just some guy driving down the street.
Well,
you pulled me over literally for no reason.
You have to provide the documentation.
So you can just pull people over for no reason and demand their ID.
Are you willing to provide the documentation?
Under threat of arrest, I'll provide that for you.
Okay, provide the documentation, please.
All right. I'm going to be making a report on you guys, though, eh?
No, that's fine. You're perfectly willing. I actually have my supervisor coming down right now.
Great.
So he'll meet you here, and then you can talk to him. You can make whatever statements you want to, all right?
Sounds good.
You're perfectly within your rights to do that. Take your time.
Yeah, you guys, everything about what you've done here is illegal. You guys know who Tom Engel is?
Yeah. Well
Good.
aware.
All right. There's one piece.
Right. Thank you very much for providing that.
I gotta get my registration out of the bottom here.
Yeah, if you can do that, that'd be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much.
All right.
There's money in here, so I'm just going to take this out and give it to you. All right? All right. Is there any other money inside there?
I don't know.
All right. All the money is gone, all right? You sit tight.
Okay. These officers are going to assumedly arrest me. That's the danger when you go out and do audits, is that sometimes they go rogue like that. So I assume these guys are going to do something. I'm not sure what they're going to do. We'll find out. Try to keep our cameras on these guys. See what's going on. Followed me around, and first chance when I pulled over, they arrested me, or detained me, I should say. And assumedly they're going to arrest me. We'll see how bitter they are. If they're going to give me a summons or what they're going to do here, we'll find out. They're claiming I have warrants, which I'm pretty sure is impossible unless they're from 30 years ago or something. But we'll just keep recording them and see what happens. Kind of farther apart from the curb there. Let's see. F09. That's what your property taxes are going towards, folks. Truck can you hardly get by because of these guys. Let's go into the other lane. So we'll see what these guys have to say. This is one of those contempt of cop charges. They saw me taking photos, they didn't like it. So I believe they're correct that they can pull over even a bicycle. I was under the impression they had to have a reason for it. There you go.
All right, Dale, we checked everything.
Okay.
It comes back. So once again, my recording's going. So if you want, we can take you over to the car and we can show you our system where it shows you have warrants. Would that help you?
I have warrants here in Edmonton?
Nope, in Ontario, but we can show you. Would you like to see that? We can show you on the computer.
I mean, I don't like...
You said you didn't know you had
We
warrants.
can show you. We checked everything so it checks out.
Alright.
All right, so we appreciate you giving us your documents and cooperating with us.
I appreciate you
Not
guys.
trying to be an asshole to you, all
I
right?
understand, but you did follow me though. Like, why did you have to do that for? You could have just come over and talked to me in the first
Hey,
place.
look, not trying to be an asshole, as I said,
But aren't
right?
you trying to intimidate me by
No,
pulling me over? Why
not
didn't you
at
come
all.
over and
I
talk
am
to me
not
like a man the first time?
I'm not an intimidating person whatsoever. I don't have
Well,
a
you're a
fighting
big
bone
G,
in my
man.
body.
Yeah, you could be intimidated for sure.
I'm a
He's a
big teddy bear.
bear.
I'm
Hey, you're a
big
nice
teddy bear.
guy. I appreciate
big
you guys.
teddy
But
Look, you're more likely to get into every other officer in this force than me. I'm not about to use force. I'm not going to be an asshole to you.
right, but I'm just saying, why didn't you guys come up and talk to me in the first place? We could have sorted this all out in the first place. Why
Well-
did you have to pull me over, put on the lights, try to humiliate me and stuff like
Look,
that and scare me?
If
Like,
you're humiliated, I apologize. We're not trying to humiliate you. I have no intention on humiliating you, trying to intimidate you, make you feel less than. That's not my purpose in life, and that's not my purpose in this uniform, all right?
okay,
All right. So, as I said, everything checks out.
okay,
You're well aware of the fact that you have warrants,
okay,
but you're good to operate this vehicle. We have no issue with you, all right?
okay. So
All
this
right.
is everything.
No arrest.
I appreciate that, guys.
Is
Thanks
that
for
better
doing
for
that.
you?
Well, yeah, I mean, that's a lot better than, when I come down and do an audit on a Friday across the street from the remand center, I'm fully aware there's the occasional rogue cop, although I haven't met too many so far. You guys have been passing with flying colors. The audits that I've done, this is the first time I've had trouble was today.
What do you mean audits?
Well, it's a constitutional audit, so basically what I do is I go around and I take photos of public places. My charter to be right to take photos in a public place. Go into public buildings, libraries, look for pamphlets, informations, get complaint forms, things like that, and just see if they'll respect my right to take photographs in a public place, or if they'll have a freak out or
We've
whatever.
never once told you can't take photographs. So I
Right,
respect
that's
your
fair.
rights. You've filmed us this whole entire time. I have no issue with it.
Fair
I
enough.
hope I look like a model on your camera.
Yeah, I got your good side. I got your good side.
You sure you got my right side? I
Yeah.
can turn for you.
Yeah, if you want to do your little turn on the catwalk, no, that's all
I'm trying to
good.
get on that GQ magazine for next month, all right? This job doesn't pay me enough. GQ is paying-
All right, guys. Well, anyways, you have a good one. Be safe out there, okay?
All right.
So there we go. I might have to do some editing there. We'll see what happens with what they had on there was an old address from like 25 years ago claiming that I have some warrants for my arrest. So there's nothing really I don't think they can do because it's out in Ontario, but that's still something that I should be aware of. So now I know that there's a supervisor actually coming up, so we'll see what this guy's got to say, if anything. So, he wants to do an interaction while we're here. But anyways, no harm, no foul. Like I say, when you do audits, you're taking your life into your hand, right? But looks like this guy's just going to keep on rolling, probably. Get a little closer. That's car number F05. Yeah, he's got the supervisor on the side over there. We wanted some action, man. We got some. There's the supervisor. He's not even gonna interact. Thanks, bud. Appreciate it. Gotta stand for our rights, huh? We gotta stand for our rights. What's that? That's it, eh? Yeah. I'll go see what this guy's got to say. They're already here. Look here.